Get ready, guys, because today's topic is a bit stinky. When traveling to China, there's one thing most travel guides won't tell you in detail, yet you'll have to experience it multiple times a day using the restroom. For many first time visitors, walking into a public toilet in China can be a massive culture shock. From squat toilets with no seat to stalls without toilet paper, facial recognition paper dispensers, and even female cleaning aunties casually mopping around the men's room. If you don't know these unwritten rules, you might find yourself in some extremely awkward situations. But don't worry, in this video, I'll break down every type of toilet you'll encounter in China and unlock the ultimate China toilet survival guide for you. First, we need to understand the different types of restrooms in China, as their facilities and cleanliness can vary drastically. If you're in major cities like Shanghai or Beijing, toilets in high-end shopping malls or five-star hotels are exceptionally clean. They feature Western-style sitting toilets, with some even equipped with heated seats and automatic bidet functions. If you have high standards, these are your go-to emergency spots. Train stations and major airports have plenty of restrooms that are cleaned frequently. On China's bullet trains, each car connector typically features both a sitting toilet stall and a squat toilet stall. These are widely found in subway stations, parks, highway service areas, and local restaurants. This is the most common type you'll run into. Here, 80% to 90% are squat toilets. Although staff cleans them regularly, the heavy foot traffic means cleanliness isn't always ideal. If you venture into remote villages or undeveloped scenic areas, you might encounter primitive dry toilets. These lack flush systems and plumbing, featuring extremely basic structures. For first-timers, this will be a serious visual and olfactory shock. If you have no choice in the wild, get your tissues ready, secure your phone deep in your pocket, take a deep breath, and make it fast. If you have mobility issues, are traveling with young kids, or your knees simply refuse to squat, keep an eye out for the accessible toilet or family restroom. Now, manage your expectations here. You'll mostly find these well-maintained in major shopping malls and international transit hubs in only Tier 1 cities. Everywhere else, good luck. So unless you plan on spending your entire trip inside high-end malls, you better start practicing your Asian squat. Now, before we get into the actual physics of how to pull off the perfect squat, let's address the elephant in the room. Why is China's toilet culture like this in the first place? Many Western tourists feel confused or shocked when seeing squat toilets or stall doors with low dividers. But once you understand the history, social structures, and hygiene revolutions behind it, it all makes sense. For thousands of years, ancient China was an agrarian society. Before industrial fertilizers existed, soil fertility relied on organic manure. Human waste, historically called night soil, wasn't trash. It was a highly valuable agricultural resource. Entire supply chains existed in towns and villages for collecting and trading manure. An old Chinese saying goes, "Don't let fertile water flow into neighbors' fields." Thus, traditional Chinese toilets prioritize efficient collection. Unlike early Western designs that focused on using large amounts of water to flush waste away quickly. In the mid to late 20th century, rapid urbanization led to high-density residential areas in big cities. Private indoor bathrooms were rare, forcing dozens of households to share neighborhood public restrooms. Heading to the public restroom every morning was a daily routine. In a way, public toilets served as community gathering spots where neighbors chatted while squatting. The concept of privacy was vastly different from the Western ideal of a fully enclosed private bathroom. This explains why older public facilities have lower door dividers. Simple functionality far outweighed absolute privacy at the time. Decades of sharing public restrooms deeply shape local hygiene habits. Today, While a lot of homes have a clean, private sitting toilet, many people still feel uncomfortable sharing a public toilet seat with strangers. As a result, squat toilets remain a preferred choice in public spaces. Now let's talk about the famous squat toilet. Fun fact, squatting toilets aren't unique to China. They are widely used across neighboring countries like Vietnam, Laos, India, and even older facilities in Japan and South Korea. In Southeast Asia, they're often paired with a bidet sprayer. So why do people in Asia, especially China, prefer squat toilets in public places? In public places, not having your body touch a shared toilet seat feels much cleaner and germ-free. This isn't just a myth, it's backed by science. Clinical studies using X-ray imaging from research teams in Israel and Japan show that sitting pulls the puborectalis muscle around your rectum like a lasso, creating an 80 to 90 degree bend, like a kinked hose, to prevent incontinence. Squatting completely relaxes this muscle, unkinking the hose and straightening the anorectal angle. Research indicates squatting cuts average bowel movement time by more than half with significantly less strain. That's why squatty potty stools have become popular in the West, to mimic this natural anatomical angle. However, for those used to sitting, squatting is a real test of leg strength and flexibility. Here is the golden rule for mastering the Asian squat. Keep your heels flat on the ground. Never balance on your tiptoes, or you'll lose balance and strain your knees. Plant your feet, lean forward slightly, and most importantly, hold on to your phone so it doesn't fall in. Once you're done, another question arises. Where on earth is the flush button? If you don't see a standard flush handle, always look down at the floor. There's often a metal foot pedal you literally have to step on. When it comes to toilet paper, here are 2 golden rules to memorize. Rule number 1. Always bring your own tissue. In Western countries, giant toilet paper rolls inside stalls are standard. But in China, most public toilet stalls do not provide toilet paper. If you walk into a stall without checking, lock the door, finish your business, and turn around to find an empty paper holder, trust me, you don't want to experience that level of despair. Why isn't paper placed inside stalls? In high-traffic public areas, local grandmas will literally pull off 10 feet of paper or just walk away with the entire roll. To manage this, many places don't supply paper inside stalls or instead install high-tech dispensers. You might have to scan a QR code with WeChat or Alipay, watch a 15-second ad, or perform facial recognition just to get a 30-centimeter strip of paper. So remember, carrying a small pocket pack of tissues is the cheapest insurance policy for your trip. Rule number 2. Watch the trash bin. You'll often see a waste bin inside the stall. In older buildings, plumbing pipes are narrow, so flushing paper can cause severe clogs. In these spots, people throw used paper into the bin. However, in modern airports, luxury malls, and bullet trains, you can flush paper directly. Simply put, if you see a bin filled with paper, follow local custom and toss it in. If you're using sick pocket tissues or wet wipes, never flush them down the toilet anywhere. Always use the bin. Now for the most awkward experience for guys, the cleaning aunties in the men's room. In China's men's restrooms, female custodians often walk right in with mops to clean. Even while you're standing at the urinal, first-timers usually freeze up and get awkward. Don't panic. Middle-aged women make up the majority of the sanitation workforce in China. To them, it's just a job. They aren't looking at you. In their eyes, there are no genders, only tiles that need mopping and trash that needs emptying. The golden rule here: stay calm, avoid eye contact, and act natural. As long as you aren't embarrassed, the awkwardness belongs to everyone else. If you're out exploring and nature calls unexpectedly, how do you find a toilet fast? Forget Google Maps. Its public facility data in China is out of date. Instead, use Apple Maps or China's local map app, Amap. Just search toilet, and it will pinpoint every nearby public restroom with turn-by-turn navigation. If your phone dies, has no signal, or you can't find a public toilet nearby, your best backup plan is walking into a nearby shopping mall, fast food restaurant, or hotel lobby. Just ask for the toilet. They'll always point you in the right direction, and their restrooms are almost always accessible. While using the restroom in China might feel like a mini cultural adventure at first, as long as you follow these rules, bring tissues, use local map apps, and master the squat, your trip to China will be smooth sailing. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Have you had any hilarious toilet encounters while traveling? Share them in the comments below. See you in the next video. Peace out.